Good morning, everyone. I'm Bondar JR, also known as the Silver Wolf, also simply known most days as Ron. And we are here to stream some EVE Online. Today is viewer mining event night. Night, day, whatever you want to call it. Morning for me, night for you guys. But I am headed to my jump clone now so that I can jump. To get to Ufine. So yeah, we will be meeting in Ufine. Good. Almonxy, what's up, buddy? If you need an invite, let me know. I will get you an invite. Al, let me get you invited. When I'm not jumping. Since heaven forbid, I try to invite while I'm jumping. Hype, I'm going to get you an invite. Let me know who else needs one. Skimitar's here, but I think he's on the phone. Burker's here. Let me get him invited. All right.
Warp drive active.
For some reason, my coffee tastes burnt today. I don't know why. All right. Thanks, Skimitar. Hopefully she's doing okay.
Docking request accepted.
All right. Let me see if I can get jumped here. Come on. One ISK. I gotta save enough to make what? 300 million? All right. He was broke down. She's up and running now. Excellent. Excellent. Dads have a way of doing that. I know every time my daughter talks to me, she says she feels a lot better. I don't know why. I don't say much. But
Warp drive active.
dads and daughters. Dads and daughters. Dads and daughters. Let me get you invited, Skimitar. Invite. Invite. Alright. Music's on. Yeah. It just was. I guess it had a really long trailer at the end, silent trailer at the end of the one. You hear it now? Take the long way home, Supertramp. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. How much for an orca? I'll give you the same deal I gave Scimitar. So half of what they're charging in Jita.
Warp drive active.
Half of what they're charging in Jita. Or the ticker, whichever's lower. The ticker, I think, is an average. So I kind of assume Jita will be lower, but didn't want to cut you guys short. All right, I'll get working on it.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
I definitely need to mine the minerals, though. If I buy them, that really that causes no profit. But even then, if I break even, that's good enough for me. Okay. So I have arrived. Actually, let's fix up our fleet. Let's throw Scimitar in Wing Commander. I'm assuming you're going to boost there. I'm out in belt 9-1. Yep. What's your in-game name? Quiet. I'll get you invited. If you're in the late night with Silver Wolf channel, that works best. Because then I can get you added. That one. A catastrophe. Oh, it has to be. Jerry Can, are you hearing the music? Want to make sure you're hearing it. He's in 9-1. I think I was in 9-1 yesterday and it was empty. Got mined out. Real low for you. I have not changed the volume. It's exactly the same. I have done my damnedest to make sure I don't touch it. Sorry, buddy. All right, cool. I see ya. I'm going to invite you. Long way home. All right. You'll probably have to tell me those other ones when they're online. I guess I could add them. Oh. All right. Oh, they are online? Okay. I don't they're not in the channel, so yeah, so. All right. So you said you were in 9-1. Actually, I think I was lower down. I think I was at 9-7
Warp drive active.
yesterday, and it was mined out. Oh, I didn't clean this out. Please don't tell me there's anything in the mining hole. No, there isn't. Good. All right, let me get Craig out here. Oh, I see him. Let me get him invites. Oh, crap. I hate when it does that. Ignore the channel invite. I don't know why it always does that. Piss me off. Booga, what's up, buddy? Hey, I noticed yesterday when I was going through my stream, you had a comment in there about the drop thing. So I added my drops back in. Yeah, it was Caviar that's always complaining when I have drops in there and no drops. So, which he usually complains about something. That's what he's good at. So, but yeah, so I had taken them out. But I added them back in since I did see your comment yesterday. Sorry I didn't comment on your comment, but I did see it after the fact. Anytime I'm fighting, I'm always trying to keep from getting killed. I know you guys want to see me get killed on stream, but I don't want to get killed on stream. I try to avoid that. What's up, Seth? Sorry, Scimitar. I thought you were boosting. I added you as wing commander. I can boost if you want me to. I need to put some lotion on my hands. I chewed my fingers to the bone. Is this one sound better, Jerry Can? This one's a little louder. It may just be that that Super Tramp one is really low. Yeah, that's what I'm... And if they do drops in my thing, I gave the links so they can check. So, but yeah, he's always got something to complain about. Okay, sorry, Jerry Can. Yeah, I haven't changed it. I've been very careful not to change it for that specific reason. All right. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's the problem. I think I get a lot of people who only watch because of the drops. They're not really watching. They're just lurking. But that's fine. I don't care. Whatever makes them happy. So, I'm going to copy your alert there. Lots of people come in and say drop. Yep. Yeah, I wasn't. I know some of the streamers actually go out there and look and update it every day. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. I'm not that dedicated. I thought I stopped. Well, I thought I stopped, but obviously I didn't. Well, that was stupid. Alright. Nothing like thinking you hit stop when you didn't. Alright, there's my air goals. Bingo bongo. Dailies are easy today. One's a mining one. And if you had to travel to get here, you already got the jump one, so anybody else that wants invites, let me know in the in-game channel, and I will get you an invite. I think we got just about everybody that's in the in-game channel in the fleet, so. Compression's up, booster up. Thanks, Scimitar. Power of love. Man, a raid already. Wrennno. FBI, open up! That's 2 days in a row, buddy. Thanks for the raid. I'm gonna make sure I put all the ends in there. You guys aren't following Wrennno, please give him a follow. Appreciate ya.
Is depleted. The asteroid is depleted.
And welcome, Raiders. It's simple. I see you on when I end, so that's perfect. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. That's usually the way I am. I get kind of the regulars that are usually around when I quit. Blue Gray, what's up, buddy? We're out here mining if you want to join us. No worries, Scimitar. Somebody else? Oh, somebody else. Oh, I didn't see Fumiko had an orca. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's quiet absolute. Sorry about that. I didn't even notice that. Well, thanks, Quiet. Let me know. I've got fuel in the station here. I'll pay you back for whatever fuel you use. We got a ton of it, so I didn't realize you had an orca out here. Sorry about that, Scimitar. That was mine. That was my bad. I didn't pay attention. I invited them. I didn't pay attention. Burker, how close are you to needing a retriever? We provided a retriever for one of the other ones, so if you'd like, we will provide a retriever for you as well. Or if you would rather have a whatever the other one is. Coveter, I think. Oh, I can do Hulk, but Org is currently War Deck, so I didn't. I got you. I got you. No worries. I saw you in that one, so that's why I thought. No worries. That is another service we provide. Where if you guys need mining ships, we will help boost you up to the next level. Help boost you up to the next level. No worries. Yeah, Hulk is definitely the way to go. But normally, if you're flying a Venture, you're probably not at the Hulk level, so that's why. Yeah, we just got hype into his retriever, so. Sorry, I've been chewing on my fingers. Nasty, nasty habit. Nasty habit. Oh, by the way, I didn't show you guys the t-shirt. So this is the t-shirt my wife got with Benedict and Abigail. Camera's opposite. So yeah, she donated to a dog shelter here in the Philippines, and that was one of their donation gifts. We sent them a picture, and they converted it to a cartoon. That looks just like Benedict. But Abigail, not so much. Abigail's got white on her chest, and her nose is white. So they didn't really get her right, but it was mostly in memory of Benedict. So thanks. I raised my venture scoop from 150 to 175 because I didn't realize our M3 was based off mining frigate skill, not the venture skill. Oh, I didn't know that either. Makes sense. Yeah, that one's in memory of Benedict. So I said I was gonna wear it today. Sorry, I hate lotion. Ugh. Rather have my teeth pulled, but I have literally chewed my fingers down to the bone, and need to get it taken care of. So well, now I got to get the greasiness off my hands. And not get it all over my mouth, which don't even get me started there. Yeah, so it does look like this is one of the ones they mined out, because none of these asteroids are lasting more than one cycle. So, but that's okay. Yeah, I was out here yesterday, and most of them in this area in Ufine were mined out, which was really disappointing. Oops. So somebody's been poaching our stuff. But that's the way it works. 45. No worries, Jurek and Fumiko. You got it. We don't require you to be in channel. Just makes it easier to invite you. I already got you invited, though. Yeah, sorry about that, Scimitar. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't even notice that he was in an orca. shows how noticeable I am. No wonder I'm bad at PvP, huh? No wonder I suck at PvP. Yeah, the wife, back to the t-shirt. So the wife got a bag with this picture on it, so, which is what she wanted. And then I asked her, and she said, oh, yeah, you do t-shirts too. And I was like, well, give me a t-shirt for crying out loud. She didn't think of me. Common wife thing. Didn't think of me. But I'm going to put some band-aids on, because a couple of these are really bad. Actually, I need to wait for the lotion to soak in, and the band-aids won't stick. Yeah, we should be done with this belt in no time. But the wife is actually in Manila today. Actually, she went to the municipality this morning, which I probably should see if she sent me a message. Nope. She went to the municipality this morning, and then she's headed from there, actually not Manila, to Lipa, to meet the engineer. So, let's see the fingers. Yeah. There's one of the bad ones. The thumb. A couple of these aren't as bad, but yeah. It's a weird habit. I don't do it out of nervousness or anything like that. I kind of do it out of boredom, to be honest. When we're watching TV, if I have a rough edge on my finger, I chew at it, which of course then makes it rougher, which I then chew at until I get down to the bone. And the wife, she starts yelling at me, which of course makes me do it even more, because I just like, screw you, woman. Told her if she just shut up, I would probably quit on my own, but she's gotta taunt me. I will taunt you a second time. F me, Ron. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Asteroid is depleted. The asteroid is depleted.
It is a disgusting habit. I honestly don't know where it came from. Maybe we talked before about me sucking on my fingers. Maybe it had something to do with that. I don't know. I doubt it. But yeah, I'm not getting any minerals. I'm wasting a whole cycle on these and only getting 4,000, which is really crappy. So yeah, this belt was definitely mined out. So I think I went to 7-7 yesterday. That's where I finally got some ore. So we'll go back to 7-7 here later. You have aloe over there, right? Yeah, I have, this is it's actually, no pun intended, but it's a bond, gold bond, cannibal in the past life, maybe. Yeah, it's a gold bond, medicated lotion, and I'm pretty sure I could chew one of my fingers off and put that on and then go to sleep and it would grow back by the morning. That's what normally happens is I chew it at night, I put it on, I go to sleep, and then they're much better this morning than they were last night. Because of course we were binge watching some stream, and I was tearing into them, and the wife was complaining, which caused me to tear into him even more. So yeah, God bless her. No, like the plant with the smelly sap. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. Yeah, and they do have it here. It's just it's never done anything for me. Like I said, the gold bond, like I said, I'm pretty sure I could grow them back. So we talked before on stream, when I was a kid, up till 12, I sucked on these 3 fingers. And everything my dad tried, he tried to put hot sauce on it. He tried everything. Everything he tried didn't work. And I continued to chew on those fingers until I was 12. And then at 12, I outgrew it. But yeah, I'm horrible. I hate lotion. So once I put the lotion on, it keeps me from chewing on them. And that's what the wife's like. Put some lotion on it. I'm like, but it's kind of a compulsion. So yeah. But did he try liver and onion residue? Yeah, he did not. But that would have probably worked. Now that you mentioned it, Seth, he did not. That was prior to the liver and onion debacle. But yeah, liver and onions. Ugh. Actually, we've been feeding Abigail liver because her platelets have been low, and they say liver's good for the platelets. And I mean, just the smell of it when I'm feeding it to her makes me nauseous. It's like, and I don't get nauseous easy. I'm like Seinfeld. I pride myself on not having thrown up in, like 15 years, I think. Actually, I don't think it's been that long. Because I'm pretty sure I did here.
Thank you.
A little while ago, 4 or 5 years ago, when I had food poisoning really bad. Wife had to drive me to the hospital. Hot sauce just makes it taste better. Red Madge, thanks for the follow. Yeah. Not for me. I'm not a hot guy. He tried jalapenos, but honestly, I just sucked all that off until and sucked all that off. There's a clip. But yeah, I would suck off the bad taste and then continue to suck on my fingers. I told you guys I had my tonsils out when I was 6. And I woke up and my fingers weren't in my mouth. And I screamed bloody murder. And ripped the stitches out. And they had to sedate me again and go back in and put the stitches back in. So they were smarter the second time around and they put my fingers in my mouth before they woke me up. But Good God Almighty! Yeah, these asteroids are horrible. So. Oh well, but yeah, we all got our things, right? That's mine. That's my vice. That's my vice. So yeah, I have stock in the Band-Aid company because I used to buy Band-Aids when we were living in America. I haven't actually hasn't been bad since we've been here, and just recently it started up again. Like I said, I think it's more of a boredom thing. Is when we're sitting there watching TV, I don't have anything to do with my hands. I have a fidget spinner that I haven't found yet. I thought I had found it, but yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, we'll finish this one off, and then absolute. We're gonna go to 7-7. I think that's where I was yesterday, and it had some asteroids, so it should be better. But yeah, we'll finish this off first. But yeah, this stuff is it must have just respawned this morning, which happens. No way to know until you try it. Yeah, we'll be done with this one in no time. And maybe we break a new record today because we cheated. So our record is 6 belts. Clearing 6 full belts. And honestly, I think they were full belts. But I got no problem with breaking it with a non-full belt. I'm not a rule stickler. Yeah. But yeah, at the municipality, the reason the wife went to municipality is we've been having trouble. So the manager of the civil registry is the only one who can do my paperwork. And ironically, he's not there on Fridays. He has meetings Monday through Thursday. He's very hard to get time with. And nobody else can help us. So we've been kind of dealing with that. So she planned this week to go every day to the municipality until he finally helped us. That didn't work because yesterday they canceled all government services because of the typhoon, which also helps us not be able to meet with him because, you know, it's rainy season and they cancel the government work all the time for no real reason. Close the schools. It's worse than America, you know. America, we close the schools every time, you know, it's a little cold, and here it's gotten much worse. Be the day that I die. No, that won't work. Oh, good, it's going. Yeah, we'll be done with this one in like 3 seconds. So I'm actually gonna unlock these. And I'm gonna go scout out 7-7. Actually, let me compress first. And then I'll go cat on 7-7. Yeah, 7-7 was where I was yesterday, so. And I'll let you guys know. Good God Almighty. Could break that Satan spell. Light the sacrificial light. I saw Satan laughing with delight the day the music died. Abigail, you lay down. So yeah, Abigail's with me since her mom is gone. We got some rats here in 7-7, but no problem for my buddy Kragan. And asteroid-wise, this one looks a lot better. So yeah, so 7-7 should be our next one. You guys can warp to me. I'm taking care of the rats now, but... Or you could wait, and I will group warp us once Absolute gets his thing shut down. Whatever you guys prefer. All right. Sorry, I'm not close to any of the asteroids, but... All right. Levee was dry. Fumiko, if you want to start shutting down, and then I'll do a fleet warp once you're shut down. Okay, cool. You're already going down. Cool. Which I said before I thought about, hey, I should probably compress my stuff. But that's it. Yeah, so Fumiko, just let me know when you're done. In either chat works. And then I'll fleet warp us to Kragan. Kragan is moving closer to the asteroids now. Not as close as he probably should be. Yeah. All right, cool. Here we go. As soon as I find my fleet window. Somehow I closed it. Social fleet. There we go. All right, here we go. Fleet warp. Hang on. Almost close it again. So hopefully this one will work better. This will work out better. These ones are more spread out. There they are. All right. See what we got. Let's see what we got. Nose is itching. Nose is itching. There we go. Now we're cooking. Compression's up. Ooh, shut you off. All right, cool, cool, cool. This one should work a little better. I suppose we could try to break the record by going to all the belts that respawned at downtime, but that would be artificially inflating it. If we do it accidentally, that's one thing, but yeah, we normally work this middle area, and that seems like maybe they left the middle area alone and worked on the edges. So that might be why. Maybe it's somebody who knows about us. My cinnamon baguettes. Can't go wrong with cinnamon. Somebody else must have figured out this was a really great system to mine in. Probably from my stream. That's usually the way it works. Maybe somebody who mined with us in the past. Different kind of stream sniping. There's quite a few people in local that are not part of our group. So yeah, I haven't seen any other miners out here at the moment, but they might be in the stations. Yeah, so as you guys know, I don't endorse things on my stream. But Gold Bond medicated lotion comes in the green bottle. I swear by it, and not just because it's named Bond. That is nice. Kind of explains why it's so good. Bum bum. But yeah, like I said, I'm not sure if it would work on an arm, but I'm pretty sure I could grow back a finger. Arm might be a little bit difficult, but I think I could grow back a finger with it. So, good stuff. For most of my normal ones where I don't chew them down to the bone, I put lotion on right before I go to bed, lay down, wake up in the morning, fingers are completely healed. Pretty awesome. Last night they were a little worse than normal. Mostly, like I said, because the wife was complaining and I was not going to make her right. Heaven forbid. She said, "You're hurting yourself." I said, "Yeah, I'm doing that on purpose because you're complaining. So stop complaining." And it didn't work. Yeah, for some reason my coffee tastes burnt today.
The asteroid is depleted.
I don't know why. which is problematic in a whole different way. Yeah, these are much better. Much better. What else? So you guys saw the shirt. Yeah, I started to tear up when I saw Benedict, so it really does look like him. So at least got him right. Unfortunately, they did Abigail with like a tan face, and her face is really white. So yeah, I don't know what they were thinking there. And then she's got white on her chest, which they didn't do. So I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, my wife's been on a kick where she's been given to dog shelters here in the Philippines. Funny, when she came to America, she was not a dog fan. And uh-oh, it says compression's offline. Maybe he's moving. They've been coming to see. Forget about life for a while. There we go. It's back on. Microphone smells like a beer. Good God. And said, man, what are you doing here? I'm good. Yeah, it seems somebody's been working our belts. Oh well. My connection twitched a little, yeah. There was looked like I had a dip on my side as well. Starlink's been getting a bad name lately, so that outage we had, I think it was last week, was I guess a global outage. Affected Ukraine and several others. It was only a 5-minute blip for the Philippines, but it seemed like Ukraine was out for several hours, and I guess the military is using Starlink, so they were not able to coordinate. Bummer. So the destruction had to stop for a couple hours, heaven forbid. Well, or they had to go back to the old way, I guess. But yeah, so which is probably why Starlink's being attacked, is because he's providing it to Ukraine. Oh, my wife.
rate is depleted.
Sorry about that, guys. I, I, I love my wife dearly. I'm going to preface it with that, okay? But ads are starting soon. But I would really like it if she would get to the point. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if anyone's here. We're doing our mining event tonight, Sweet Jean, so sorry. So we're all in here mining. You're welcome to join us. But good to see ya. So yes, Al, I am planning on making type 2B crystals. I have not bought the blueprints yet, but I am adding that to my list. So yes, I will get working on that. That was something I had planned to do and I have not. So sorry about that. If I don't write it down, it doesn't get done. There's the ads. Carry on.
The asteroid is depleted.
Welcome back from the ads. Sorry about that. But yeah, my wife called to give me an update on the municipality, and I don't know if your wives are like this. My first wife was not, so it may be a Filipina thing. But when she tells a story, she is all over the place. And does not have any linear beginning and end. We introduce characters in the middle that were there from the beginning. Yeah. And so, yeah. And of course, she knew I was streaming, but God bless her. So they did I guess, fill out the form, but they've got to post my name now for 10 days. So that anybody here in the province of San Juan that wants to complain about me changing my name, which I am not, can come forward and be heard. Which is kind of ridiculous, but it is what it is. So that's how they do things here. So recollection follows its own rhythms. There you go. Yep. Yeah, Blue Gray, we were talking about you yesterday. So Sweet Jean there is looking for somebody to do home fronts with. And I remember, I think you did a couple home fronts with me, or maybe that was something else. I can't remember. I thought it was you, maybe not. Maybe you did one of the others with me. You did something with me. You taught me how to do something. The one where you had to scan. I think, I don't remember. The drifter stuff. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well. Then I'd have to change my passport, my birth certificate. Yeah, not quite. But yeah, that's the problem. I have 19 things that show my name the way it is, and one thing that shows it's wrong, and I have to go through everything to get that one thing changed. It's ridiculous. But now I guess they're also complaining that my father's name is wrong on the document because it just has his middle initial, not his full name. Well, my father's name doesn't matter on the document. It's my marriage certificate. It has absolutely nothing to do with my father. But I guess they're saying that we need to fix it, which the Chicago people said, no, you just need to worry about your name. So the wife wants me to send an email to Chicago and confirm that again. So yeah. Yeah, the thing is, it's my middle name. They here in the Philippines, they put your mother's maiden name as your middle name. They do not have middle names here. So since it's a Filipino document, they did that for me, and they put my mother's maiden name as my middle name. And now, of course, it doesn't match my passport because I actually have a middle name. And I told them when they filled it out that it was wrong. And they said, well, this is what it says to do, so this is what we're doing. So, of course, when we contacted them now, that was in 2010. Now we've contacted them again because they're like, oh, you got to contact Chicago. They're the one who filled it out. They actually told us we needed to go back to Chicago to get it fixed. To which I told the woman, are you out of your damn mind? Which she was not pleased with. But I was like, I mean, come on. It's the 21st century, for crying out loud. So anyway, we contacted Chicago and they were like, oh yeah, that's a common problem. So yeah, because I'm sure the guy they had filling out the paperwork made everybody, all the Americans do that, and now they're all screwed. So, but I can't apply for my permanent residency until the marriage certificate is fixed. So, but yeah. I am looking to free up from my C2 and get back here to run fleet stuff like your mining and HF. That sounds great. But yeah, Scimitar, I hear ya. I was thinking the same, but yeah, in order, we had our passports renewed right before we left America because it's a big problem to have your passport renewed while you're here. So, and my birth certificate, of course, we talked about that one before. The hospital that I was born in burned to the ground. All the documents were lost. So they recreated, I have a birth card. It's like a credit card. It just has my information on it. Well, I thought I had lost that. It was something my father provided to me when I guess I turned 18 or whatever. And I thought I'd lost it. So when we were getting married, we needed my birth certificate. Couldn't find that. So I reached out to, the powers that be. And I was born in West Virginia, but I was born very close to the border of West Virginia. And when the hospital burned down, they decided the next closest hospital was in Virginia, not in West Virginia. So they recreated all the documents, and now my birth certificate says I was born in Virginia. So, and then as we were packing things up to come here to the Philippines, I found my birth card. So now I have one that says West Virginia and the other one that says Virginia. So you can imagine. But yeah, we keep that other one hidden, because there's no reason to publicize that. God, Lord knows what they would do with that. But yeah, so they the one that they replaced was actual birth certificate. So it looks more like a actual paper birth certificate. So where the card, I got a whole lot of trouble when I was a kid with the card, because they were like, "What's this? We didn't ask you for a credit card." It's not a credit card. It's my birth certificate. I'm like, that's not a birth certificate. Yes, it is. Read it. But yeah, no wonder the place burned to the ground. But probably because they were making plastic cards in the 60s. But yeah, so... But yeah, this municipality has been nothing but problems. And Chicago has already answered the question that he pulled on her today, which is another thing that frustrates me about my wife. I love her dearly, okay? But I printed out the whole conversation that we had with the Chicago and gave it to her. And the manager at the municipality is CC'd on all the emails. So there should be no question about what was discussed. And in those messages, Chicago clearly says, your name is the only one that needs to be changed. They should not be asking you about your father. But they pulled that one again today and said, oh no, his father's name needs to be changed too, because it doesn't have his full name. It has only his middle initial. Who cares? My father's name has absolutely nothing to do with any of this. Feed everybody, full belly, everybody happy, paperwork is unfair. Yeah, so the municipality has signs all over. We talked about this before too. About no corruption. In fact, I said to the woman that helped us finally resolve our paperwork for the house, for the land, I called her my best friend. I said, you're my best friend. And I guess I got her in trouble, because that was considered a way of saying that, she had done something special for us. And so, but yeah, I got a birth certificate from her. That's what it looks like. I got to find it here. That's the other problem, is we don't have, in America, we had a safe deposit box. So I put everything important in a safe deposit box, when I was old enough to realize that's what we needed to do. But mafia talk, right? But yeah, so now I guess this guy's harassing her that we need to change my father's name. And I'm like, this guy's really getting on my damn nerves. And of course, they've got 20 people that work in this office, and he's the only one that can help us. Which is a whole nother oxymoron. So, my good friend, our good friend, yeah, that's what I called her, my best friend co, which means my best friend. And Adele was like, yeah, you just got her in trouble, because I was like, oh, great, because she finally helped us out. She finally confirmed that the seller is right, that they're right, that all the paperwork's right. I was like, thank God, you're my best friend. And no, that was the wrong thing to do, because it implied that she was doing us a favor. And we had a special relationship. And I'm like, you gotta freaking be kidding me. And I said, yeah, they're very sensitive. Right now, especially, and I don't know if you guys have seen some of the news here in the Philippines, but right now, they're very sensitive about corruption. So there was several trillion pesos worth of money spent by the government on a flood control project to help several areas of the Philippines not have any more flooding. And the first rains of the rainy season this year caused massive flooding, which proved that they pocketed the money and didn't do a damn thing. And so now there's a huge investigation going on to find out where the problem is. Is it with the Senate? Is it with the contractors? Is it with the president? Is it with the Department of, Public Works? Yeah, find where they go to lunch. Yeah. I guess they're very careful about that. They have to bring their lunch, which that's what I thought. Okay, well, we could always, show up early and whatever. But yeah, it's ridiculous. But everyone else here will take a bribe. But yeah, they're a little sensitive at the moment because of the fact that the government is under major scrutiny because they screwed up. Spent trillions and trillions of pesos on flood control projects. And then when the first light rains of the season started, there was massive flooding in many areas, which proved that, yeah, they didn't spend that money on what they were supposed to. In fact, it's caused the Senate president was forced to resign. It promoted a new Senate president from the minority group. It's a whole big controversy here. The problem is, I don't see it and them ever prosecuting anyone. They never do. And so, but they're talking about it, so. Which makes the bribing someone now a little bit more difficult. And then at the municipality, it's the one place where they're like, hey, we will not take bribes. Like, thanks for nothing. But yeah, it's frustrating. And like I said, this guy just keeps causing us problems. When I talked to him, he finally seemed to understand. Because I was like, look, my dad has nothing to do with this. But he's like, oh, well, we need to change the father name too. And why? I don't need my father's name fixed for my permanent residency. I don't need my father's name fixed for anything. I need my name fixed. And that's what Chicago had said. But, and he was the one who actually told us, well, reach out to Chicago and since they're the ones that are, the ultimate ones that are going to approve or deny, ask them what they need. Okay, well, we've already done that. They're the ones that sent us here in the first place. But what do we know? We're just idiots. We don't work for the municipality. How dare we act like we know what's going on? But yeah, so it's been interesting to say the least. But she did catch him since she was there at like 8:30 this morning. So I guess she called him before he went to his meeting, which she was pretty excited about. Yeah, the last conversation I had with Chicago was over 3 weeks ago. So we've been trying to see him for the last 3 weeks and haven't been able to see him. Because he's either not there, like we found out he doesn't arrive. He doesn't come in on Fridays. He actually goes to a different barangay every Friday to oversee whatever they're doing, which is like, okay, well, that doesn't make any sense. He's in charge of this barangay. Why is he going somewhere else? But yeah, nothing here makes a whole lot of sense, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, my birth certificate is a card, so it does look like it came from a Cracker Jack box. But I had a lot of trouble as a kid. Every time we had to sign up, it was funny. Every time we had to sign up for Little League Baseball, I had to have my birth certificate. And every single time, I had the same conversation. My father had the same conversation with the people that ran it. And most times, it was the same person. And we're like, we just talked about this last year. Why do you not understand what we're saying? Why do you not understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? So, yeah. Alright, so we've killed this belt. I'm going to go check out... where we want to go next. Let's try 6. Yeah, we're going to go up. I'll go check it out here in a second. Yeah, let me send Craig in. Oh. Yeah, because I can have Falstaff do the fleet warp. I can't have Kragan do that. Bum 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 bum. Alright, 7-6. They all look pretty small. That's not true. There's a couple bigger ones. Yeah, we'll do 7-6. There are no rats here.
The asteroid is depleted.
Yeah, Fumiko. Yeah, if you want to start shutting down, you could go ahead and start shutting down. Depending on where your cycle is, I'd let it start a new cycle and then shut it down. Unfortunately, those of us with the Hulks will be in trouble. Yeah, we're down to the last 2 asteroids, so yeah. Definitely shut her down. Baby, you're all that I want. Alright, cool. Let me know when you're done, and I'll go ahead and warp us. These 2 should be done here in just a second.
The asteroid is
There's one. Drones are in. Good. Yeah, I forgot to ask about drones last time. Sorry if I left any of you guys' drones behind. Hopefully I didn't. Well, I had a nickel for every time I did that. Alright, we're going to finish this last plague one. I think we're all targeting it, so it should only take a minute. Actually, it looks like I'm the only one. That's weird.
the asteroid.
Oh, there it goes. Bingo. Talk about timing. Alright, we're going to warp to Kragan. Here we go. Hang on.
Warp drive active.
Oh, we got rats that came in. Well, Kragan wasn't paying attention. Ah, come on. There we go. All right. No rich plague in this one. Really? 39? Bugger. Seems I'm not moving. Why am I not moving? Because I'm caught on an asteroid. Some days it really doesn't pay to get out of bed. Some days doesn't pay to get out of bed. All right. But yeah, so at least they're posting my paperwork. So well, that's the other thing is that they need to post my paperwork for 10 days so that anyone can complain about my name change, which is not a name change. They're correcting my name because they screwed it up. And that was what we were been trying to just get to. Because they won't even fill out the form until after the 10 days. That says, hey, nobody complained about this guy that they don't even know changing his name or correcting his name. Yeah, if I had a nickel. But so they're actually going to do that. So we've got to go back on October 6th. And I'm going to probably have to go with them on October 6th. I don't know why it won't show me the calendar on that side. Pain in the ass. It will only show me the calendar on the other side. Freaking. So October 6th is Monday. So yeah, maybe I'll just start my stream late that day because it looks like we got to be there early. Heaven forbid. Or we won't catch the guy. Get him before he goes into his meetings. Man, what a light show. What you doing, babies? Huh? What? What are you carrying on about? Mommy's not home. Mommy went to Lipa. Big bucket of ribs, coleslaw, potato salad, pickles, and onions. You know, I thought about that. About doing... Hey! Sorry about that. Didn't mean to yell in you guys' ears. Somebody knocking on the door? Oh, they're home. You're right. They are here. All right, I'll be back in a second. I'm making another cup of coffee. Actually, let me put my drones out. Just in case. I'll be right back. What are you carrying on about? How did you know they were here? Huh? Come here. Come here. Sorry about that, everyone. So it turns out my wife came home. She needed something else. And that's why Abigail was carrying on, was because Mommy was here. So. All right. Let me suck my drones back in. So sorry about that. Really.
The asteroid is depleted.
Destinies are one. Yeah, she was carrying on since Mom's home. She seemed to know better than I did. I looked out the window and saw that the van was back, and I'm like, why is the van back? So, Sweet Jean, if you're still there, somebody's looking for a Homefront fleet in the Homefront channel, so might check there. So we've already been through what? 2 belts? This is our 3rd, right? Torvi has an Empire belt, probably a Mordinium, probably. But Torvi's not too far away. Yeah, 4 jumps. Yeah. Thanks, Scimitar. I thought this was our 3rd. So sorry for all the interruptions. The wife's upset with me that I didn't go to the municipality with her. Though, obviously they didn't need me. Though, then again, I guess maybe they do need someone to read the email to them. She gave them the printout, which obviously they didn't read. They obviously didn't read it when they were CC'd on it. But I'm gonna... Now see, that one doesn't taste burnt. I don't know why. Same cup, same pot of coffee. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to email Chicago and the municipality CC'd on there, and I will reiterate what it is they want. Because the municipality wants to change my father's name on the document as well. Which, okay. But in order to change my father's name, they want my father's driver's license or birth certificate or things of that nature. Well, my father's dead. All those documents have been destroyed. That they couldn't be forged. So, and his death certificate, ironically, on our marriage certificate, his name is listed as Ronald A. Bond Sr. They want to make it full Ronald Allen Bond Sr. And, which, as I told her, that makes no difference to my permanent residency. That makes no difference to anything. My father's name on our marriage certificate is worthless. It doesn't accomplish anything. And they're like, well, they want to correct it. They want it to be corrected. So I said, okay, well, I will email Chicago and ask them. Because they're the ones that screwed it up, along with the other. But, ironically, the only document we have is my father's death certificate. And it has his name listed as Ronald A. Bond Sr. Imagine that. Now, when we filed that in 2010, we did have other documents for him, but he was still alive in 2010. But But yeah, the viewership dropped off maybe because I'm away so much. Sorry about that. It says the stream says it's only got 5 viewers. We got more than 5 people in the damn fleet, for crying out loud. Surely there's got to be more than 5 viewers. Then again, it's Twitch. So, who knows? Recently, Bigglesworth, you guys know Bigglesworth. Bigglesworth tried to get partner with Eve, and they denied him because they said his numbers were elevated artificially. And once they removed the artificial elevation, he did not have the numbers in order to be considered a partner. So that's why he's decided he's going to go to Kick now. But he's still streaming on Twitch, so I don't know when exactly he's going to Kick, but yeah, Twitch has been playing games for a long time, so this whole little stunt they pulled here recently about lurkers can be considered bots and get a streamer banned if they don't say anything. It was a whole nother one.
The asteroid is depleted.
Yeah, if I look in the stream now, it shows I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 people. But my thing only says 5. Actually, 11. Not counting myself. So yeah, I don't know. I give up. I give up. It's Twitch. Maybe I should think about Kick as well. Oh, now it says 8. Still not what I just counted, but I'm lurking for sure. No worries, Al. You've actually said something, so that covers what they suggest. Jerry Can's always lurking. Appreciate you, Jerry Can. Jerry Can's the first one to lurk, and he's always the last one to leave. I gotta give Jerry Can credit. He may not say much during the whole stream, but he's there. And if I accidentally say his name when I'm talking about Jackson or something, he always responds. I'm not Jackson. I'm not Jackson. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. Oh, crap. Oh, Calgon, take me away. No, that's Feldspar. These are all too far away. Know when to pull you closer, and I know when to let you loose. And I know the night is fading, and I know the time's gonna fly. And I'm never gonna tell you everything I gotta tell you, but I know I gotta give it a try. Know the roads to riches, and I know the ways to play. I think playing Tangia counts towards stream participation. There you go. Where is Jackson? I don't know where Jackson is. I think he's on vacation. Because he said the other day he was on, and he said he was on his laptop. And so, and he couldn't run both the Eve client on his laptop and the Twitch stream. So I think he had to Twitch stream on his phone. But so it probably means he's back down visiting his mom again. So.
The asteroid is depleted.
But that is a good question. I'm not really sure where he's at. He's normally here tonight. But yeah. Yeah, he's got a lot going on, so everybody's got a lot going on, unfortunately. Man, this is killing me. Yeah, these are disappearing way too fast. Probably because we're all targeting the same ones. And they're too far. Which I don't normally have that problem with. I think Fumiko's boosts are not as high as Scimitar's usually are. Too many rocks stay off mine. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, I gave up trying to figure out who's on what. I'm just targeting whatever I can, whatever's closest. But yeah, quiet. Let me know. I'll contract some water to you in the Egonics station here in Eugene to pay you back for the water. Sorry, I can never remember the name of it. So, who's on first? What's on second? I don't know. Is on third. Laurel and Hardy. Can't go wrong with them. Yeah, now it's back down to 6. Maybe my counter's not working right. But like I said, I'm pretty sure it's just Twitch. I am a little fed up with Twitch, so. Yeah, but the Eve partner program, maybe, I don't know if it was a Twitch partner or Eve partner. Let me look at his Discord. He had it out on his Discord. Yeah, it was a Twitch partner application. Yeah, the Twitch partner one. I knew that was. I'm never gonna make that, because that one says that that you have to have that many viewers without any raids, which is like, well, that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I think they're always having problems. They claim they're always losing money, which I don't understand. We go out there and look right now. We go back to Twitch. Back to Twitch. It shows there are... Actually, I don't know that it ever does give you a whole count. I thought it used to give a count of how many streamers there were. But yeah, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of streamers. And so, yeah. So it's like, yeah, sorry. So they got to be making money. Unless, like here in the Philippines, somebody up at the higher echelon is stealing it. So, which is probably correct. That never happens in America. Of course, I don't know. Is Twitch based out of America? That's a good question. I don't know. I should have walked away. This is going to move me too far away from this asteroid. Come on. I'm okay. Alright, I cleared out false staff's hold. Oh, his crystal broke. Hate when that happens. Alright. They make 1.8 billion last year. Yeah, imagine that. They're not making any money. Not making any money. Are they based out of America or are they based somewhere else? Because if they're based out of America, then that kind of makes sense that somebody's skimming it. $1.8 billion. And that's after paying salaries, I'm sure. Kansas. Somebody asked for this one. San Francisco, California.
Asteroid is depleted.
There you go. That explains it all. That explains it all. Hey, Al. Yeah, he's already got a Hulk. He's just flying a Vexer because his Corp is war decked right now. He didn't want to run the risk of losing his Hulk.
The asteroid is
I asked the same question. Great minds think alike.
the asteroid is depleted.
Yeah, Hulk's a little harder to replace. I understand completely. Oh, cool. Thanks, Al. Appreciate it. He seems happy as a clam. He's just minding along over there. Either that or he fell asleep, which is not a crime here either. Nope. There he is. He's awake. There you go. Hypner, if there's anything you come across that you could use, let us know. When I jump back to the Venolin area, I'm gonna pick up those type Bs, and then I'll research the type 2s. Need to check and see what kind of modulated simple asteroid mining crystal. Type A, type B. So we want B2s, right? Actually, we need B1s, and then I'll invent the B2s. Yeah, this is what I hate. It will not show you the invention because it's not a copy, which is just ridiculous. So I got to get it and make a copy, and then it'll show me what I need. Pain in the ass. Actually, we probably can do a copy. No. Doesn't have it in here. Click copy. Oop. Show info. Click copy. Yeah, that just shows what it costs to make a copy. Oh, there's the outcome. I got you. There you go. There you go. High energy physics, laser physics. High energy physics, laser physics. I have these. So no problem there. Thanks, Jerry Can. Oh, sorry, ads are back on. Sorry, sometimes I'm dense. Actually, sometimes is probably not the correct term. Well, we're almost done with this belt too. Shit. Reagan's sitting over here twiddling his damn thumbs.
The asteroid is depleted.
My kingdom for a way to tell which one of the miners is attached to which one of the asteroids. Want me to make some copies? Nah, it's okay. I'm gonna buy the BPO. That way I can start working on it. And then I'll make some to research. I've been meaning to do it. I just keep forgetting. I wrote it down now, so hopefully that'll help. But yeah, I'll invent the T2s and that should help. I'm using T1s here. Crystals take a lot of knocks. Thanks though, I appreciate it. I originally bought the A's because I didn't understand what the difference was. It was too confusing for my peanut brain. All right, cool. Yeah, I bought the A's and I researched them, and I never built the 2s because I had decided that the B's would be better. So I just, like I said, every time I get back to Jeet, I always know there's something else I'm supposed to buy. There's something else I'm supposed to buy, and I don't remember what it is. Oh, here comes some rats. Oh, crap. I got too many targets. Come on. Every little thing she does is magic. Everything she does just turns me on. And that's the end of the rats. Alright, let's see if Kragan can salvage these up quick before he finishes these asteroids. Probably not, but we'll try. Ah, fudge. Alright, after I finish these 2 asteroids, I'm gonna check out the next belt. We'll go down to 5. Oh. Or quicker. Uh-oh. I thought I got disconnected. Must I always be alone? Actually, now that I think about it, Jerry Can, if you just want to make me some copies, that would be great. Then I won't have to. The BPOs are super cheap, but yours are probably already researched, so not that the research will matter for the invention. So, but then I'll go ahead and invent off of those, and that's the end of that. All right, I'm gonna salvage this last one, and then I'm gonna take off. Every little thing she does. And there's that. Oh, never mind. He's got it. Cool. Return. All right. Let's go to 7.5. Oop.
The asteroid is depleted. The asteroid is depleted.
Oh, for crying out loud. Seriously?
The asteroid is depleted.
Alright. Yeah, you probably want to start shutting down, Fumiko. No rats in 5. But we do have asteroids. They're not too small. I'll try to get in position. Alright, Coop. Let me know when you're done, and I'll fleet warp us. We'll finish off this last Veldspar, and we'll call it a day. I need to stop by the station really quick, and we'll warp to you after. No worries. I have the stuff in the corp hanger, so I don't think I can gift it to you here. Do you need water? Because I'll run over there and grab it for you, if that's what you're headed back for. Because I have it in the corp hangers, it won't let me contract it to you from the corp hangers. Not while I'm in space.
The asteroid is depleted.
All right, that's the end of that.
Is depleted.
Cool, cool. I'm good on water. Okay, cool. All right. So why don't you go ahead and warp, and then I'll warp everybody else after you warp. Because if I warp now, then you'll go with us. There you go. Awesome. All right, cool. Just didn't want to drag you along with us. All right. Everybody got their drones in? Yep. Here we go. Hang on.
Warp drive.
Keep your hands and feet in the vehicle at all times. Man, I love the formation warp here. Look at that. That is too cool. That is too cool. Too easy, Drill Sergeant. Too easy. Bouncing off asteroids. Oh. I didn't even start his up. What the heck? Lost without your love. Lost without your love. Let's drift this one in now. Come on. Stop, 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 stop. It's just the same as you did last time I touched you. Barry Manilow. We talked about Barry Manilow yesterday. Always reminds me of my father, who's been gone about 10 years now. Much as I love her. To another love. Until you were there, everywhere. And all I could space was love the way we made it. All right, the engineer is reaching out to my wife. She's meeting him. That's what she's going to Lipa for, is to meet the engineer. So, oh, I really need to ask ChatGPT why my ass always hurts. Just to see what it'll say. Not gonna ask Alexa. I think Alexa would probably tell me, but I never had this problem in America. I have an extra cushion on this chair. And I never needed an extra cushion in America. So I'm wondering if it's because of the concrete floor, the building material here is causing it, that doesn't have as much give in it. I don't know. I'm open to whatever ChatGPT says is a suggestion. I've got like 900 ChatGPT conversations open. I've asked it just about everything. And most of them it's been pretty good with. Looks like we made it. Left each other on the way to another love. Bum, bum, bum. And you guys got some drones out there. Until you were there everywhere. Looks like we made it. Alright, what do we got? Oh, here comes Fumiko. Perfect timing. I have a few, yeah, a few drones, yeah. I saw you guys got some drones out there. Yeah, this is some mining music. Bum bum bum. There we go. Welcome back, Fumiko. Perfect timing. Oh. Two. Yeah, so now I got a couple band-aids on here, as you can see. My thumb. For the bad ones. I haven't had to do that since we moved here to the Philippines. I used to do that in America all the time. Ironically, the one place I would chew on my fingers the most was church. Sitting there listening to the sermon, I would chew my fingers down to the bone. Maybe I was convicted. I don't know. Here, it's while we're binge watching. I need to find my my fidget spinner. Because I think if I play with my fidget... Of course, she complains about that too, because it makes a little bit of noise. She complains about that. But that's the other... I love my wife dearly. I'm going to preface everything with I love my wife dearly. But she'll sit there and play with her phone while we're binge watching something and ask me 5 times, what's going on? What's going on? I don't understand. What's going on? Like, if you quit playing with your damn phone, you'd understand what's going on. A little Frank's hot sauce, chew them down to the nub. There you go. Yeah, put that on there. Woo! That'll wake you up. Yeah, I put alcohol on them way back in the day, and man, that was the same way. When we were little, my dad believed in his absorbine junior. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that. I don't know what's in it. Dearly Bud. I love my wife's Dearly Bud. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I don't know if you guys ever heard of Absorbine Junior, but that was my dad's thing. He would put that no matter what you had happen. You know, you cut yourself, you got a bruise, you know, it didn't matter. Put some Absorbine Junior on it, it'll be fine. That was his solution for anything. So, Absorbine anti-gas formula, yeah, no, this Absorbine Junior. And to this day, I have no idea what's in that. I really need to look it up here one of these days, because, oop, wrong one. I hate when I click on the off when I wanted to click on the on. But yeah, in fact, I remember we had Absorbine Junior in our medicine cabinet when we were moving here. And I threw it away because I was like, yeah, I don't. And that would sting like a, ugh. Yeah. And it was always funny because I don't know that it ever made you feel better, but that was his cure-all for everything. That and castor oil. What's up, comrade? Good to see you, buddy. And washing my mouth out with soap. My father was notorious for that. Time for a coffee refill. No, I just filled it up when I went down to find out while Abigail was carrying on. When her mom was here. I figured I'd kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I'm on the second cup from the pot. So, end of the pot. Yeah, it was weird. The first one tasted like it was burnt. But this one, same pot. It doesn't taste like it's burnt. I don't know why. Maybe it was the sugar. And it's the same sugar, too. That's another thing here. They don't have white. I don't know. I shouldn't say they don't have white sugar. White sugar is hard to come by here. Because I guess white sugar is bleached. And so everything is brown sugar here. Which is funny because at one point in time, that's what I called my wife, was brown sugar. But she didn't like that one much. So, but yeah. So brown, and they actually don't even call it brown sugar. They call it red sugar. Which the first time she said red sugar, I'm like, what the hell is red sugar? And then she showed it to me, and it literally says brown sugar on the package. But they called it red sugar. And I'm like, it says brown sugar on the package. She said, well, yeah, but it's kind of reddish. And I'm kind of tannish, you know. Well, it doesn't change anything. Oh, yeah. I think you got, like, different types, yeah. Why is not that sweet? Yeah. But yeah, the brown sugar, yeah. So yeah, we use brown sugar and everything. So, which is different. The only time I used brown sugar in America was when I was making cookies.
The asteroid is depleted.
You know, that's what I need to do here. I think I'm going to make me some chocolate chip cookies one day. We got a little toaster oven. It'll probably take me 3 years to make a set of chocolate chip cookies, but maybe I'll give that a try. It's amazing the little things that I find myself missing. You know, Mexican food, we talked about that one. Which we had tacos here a couple days ago. They weren't that good. I'm surprised that guy even warped in. What a waste. He just threw his life away. Threw his life away. Man, I can't see anything over on this other one. You guys got drones everywhere. Here's what it looks like over on Kragen's screen. Feel like I'm in a beehive. I'm like, what the? But it's funny, over on Falstaff's screen, I don't see any drones. I must be looking the opposite direction. I must be looking the other direction. Yeah, I don't see any drones. Baby, that's just... Was it the meat or the seasoning? So, snickerdoodles. Oh, snickerdoodles. I think that's it, buddy. I think that's the one. Yeah, I don't know what it was. You know, it was just... So, one thing that's hard to come by here is cheese.
The asteroid is depleted.
So, there was no shredded cheese. We did just recently find string cheese, which we bought, I think, 2 packages of it, and I ate it in like 1 day. Actually, I think it was 2 days. But yeah, I ate it really fast. Because I was definitely missing cheese, which, you know, is a super fattening thing from America. And, crap. Getting my guys confused. But yeah, so we did find some block cheese that we picked up as well. So that one, we might be able to make some shredded cheese from that. But yeah, I don't know what it was. It just didn't taste the same. Now, don't get me wrong. I ate like 12 of them. So, you know, it wasn't, you know, it didn't stop me from eating them. It just wasn't the same. So, cheese is easy to make. Yeah. I've never made my own. So that might be something I need to look into. Because, yeah, the cheese is hard to come by here. And the cheese that they do have, like I said, it's more liquid. Like when we get the cheese from Subway, it's just like their mayonnaise sauce, you know? It's not the same. And then of course by the time she gets home from Lipa, it's evaporated. So, but yeah, finding the string cheese was big because that was actually tasted like America. And so, but like I said, probably not very good for you. And then we did get a block of cheddar, which we could I could have made shredded cheese from that. I didn't, but yeah, I don't know what it was, but and then the taco shells that I ordered, I had to order off of Shopee. They came all busted, so it was more of a taco salad, and they were stale, and yeah, it was just. But then I ordered some fajitas, they're not fajitas, tortillas. And so like I said, I probably ate 12 or 13 of those, and that worked out. But you know, little things like here, their tomatoes are not red; they eat their tomatoes green, which I'm not a fan of. I told her put it in the windowsill and it'll turn green. Well, then the ants come and climb all over it. But yeah, so she lets them get a little red for me, but they really weren't red. And then the lettuce was good. But yeah. All right, so the wife is discussing with the engineer where they're going to meet. I don't know, maybe I should be suspicious. This young man's taking my wife out for coffee. Actually, that's one thing I never worry about with her. She could have got somebody a lot better a long time ago. I want you to know you're the love of my life. You're my lady. All right. Stop moving. Bum, 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 bum. I've been alive forever. Seriously, I just... And the melodies together. But yeah, I may have to look into making my own cheese. Now, I'm not sure how that'll turn out. It's very humid here. But, yeah. Might be nice to have some of that kind of stuff. Like I said, the string cheese. In fact, maybe I'll say something to her about going to S&R and getting some string cheese. Let me try that. I really don't need it. I was losing weight. I think after the string cheese, I'm probably not losing weight anymore. Oh, I'm very old. Ugh, back itches. Yeah, I'm really pleased with the shirt, though. Like I said, it made me kind of tear up when I first saw Benedict. I really miss Really miss Benedict. He was my bestest buddy. No, Abigail's... She's a cutie pie. She's over there rolling around on her bed. Benedict was a player. Abigail doesn't play. Abigail doesn't like anybody to have fun. Every time I hug her mom, she starts barking at me. Like, cock blocker. Write the songs that make the whole world sing. But yeah, what else? So yeah, we're paying the engineer for the permits today. That's why she's going to give him money for the permits. So he has all the documentation he needs for the permits. So we're going to get the permits. And he showed me, I was a little concerned because everything is still in the seller's name. He showed me how every one of the properties he's working on and has worked on were all in the previous owner's name while he built the house. So it's very, very standard here in the Philippines. The paperwork takes so long that as long as it's in process, you're safe. And I said, okay. And so, yeah, so we're in process. So speaking of that, I need to reach out to our seller and see if he heard from the Department of Agrarian Reform, because they should have that thing signed by now. Though, like I said, the government was closed yesterday because of the typhoon, and probably Friday, there's supposed to be another typhoon hits us here on Friday. And I'm sure the government will be closed that day too. But we actually, I know what I want to tell you guys. We had not lost power since I got the EcoFlow, and I was kind of disappointed because I was really looking forward to using it and seeing that it worked good and everything. And then last night we lost power for about a half an hour, so we had been a month without losing power, so which was pretty good. But yeah, the EcoFlow kept the computer up and running, no problem. Came back on after half an hour. Had no issues, so yeah. So that was a definite good purchase. Good purchase, almost scam purchase. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Yeah, so yeah, we are making progress. So we probably will not break ground next month as we had originally planned, because he actually. She says she is going to SNR, so that's why I love her. She thinks of things before I think of them. She is a very, 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 very good woman. I complain about her a lot, and I'm sure she complains about me a lot, but she is the best thing that ever happened to me. Hands down. Hands down. Honestly, I don't know where I would be if it wasn't for her. So she saved my life, literally. I didn't know it needed saving, but it did. I can't believe it's been almost 20 years that we've been together. Married. We have been together, talking, involved for 20 years. But we're almost married. Yeah, we just celebrated our 18th in May, so we're approaching 19. But yeah, we're closer to 20 than we were to 10. But yeah, it literally, it doesn't seem like anywhere near 20 years. So it's kind of amazing. And you find the right one, makes all the difference. Good God, these things are disappearing like one cycle. Maybe we're into the other belts that they cleared. Well, you know what? We'll pay them back. We're going to clear all these belts. Let them find them tomorrow as all cleared. That'll teach them. Yeah, what happened?
The asteroid is depleted.
But yeah, she literally is the best thing that ever happened to me, so. Son of a bitch. You guys are killing me here. Every single one I freaking target
The asteroid is
disappears right after I target it. All right. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Jerry Can, thanks again. You're the man. So you actually had a B type 2? Where'd you get that one? Did you already invent that one?
Message.
Man, it's paying all Barry Manilow now. What the hell's going on? It's like it's not shuffling. Yeah. Wife's texting me.
Incoming message.
Real glad when you're glad. Almost ran out of space. Quit texting my wife and get back to what's important. So yesterday I had almost 300 viewers in my stream. Today I'm sporting 6. Of course, we'll see at the end of the stream. We get a lot of people coming and going, so I don't think there's a whole lot of people that are streaming Eve at the moment. Actually, 5, 10, 15, so less than 20. And most of them have one viewer.
The asteroid
Yeah, at least 5 of those have 1 viewer. I've got 10, over 10 of them have less than 5 viewers or less. And then you got me with 8. And then you've got the bigger ones. The highest one, though, is only 77. So there's like nobody watching Eve at the moment. 77, 45, 53 are the 3 big ones. Blitz, Nth Dimension, and Anarchos. And after that, it drops off very much. Which is kind of weird. $16.7 in Eve. Yeah, so I don't know why. It's just nobody's watching Twitch. Maybe it's Twitch. Maybe they're finally like, screw you, Twitch. Which I can't blame them. Or, like Skimitar was saying, maybe Twitch is having problems. Yeah, maybe Twitch is having problems. And so... yeah, I didn't actually look at that. Where is my Eve launcher? There it is. Yep, 16.7. That's what mine says too. Question is, I'm never sure if that actually updates or not. Or if that's what it was when I logged on to almost 3 hours ago. But yeah. What are you doing, sweetheart? I see ya. I see ya. Yeah, you got the 3 big ones, and you got 2 that have 19, and then I'm next with 8. So I'm 6th on the list right now.
The asteroid is depleted.
For viewership. So I guess it's not surprising I don't have that many viewers. Because there's not that many Eve viewers at the moment. I don't know why. Let me see, what's the other one called? Vanguard? Eve Online. Yeah, it doesn't even give me a section for Vanguard. There it is, Eve Vanguard. Eve Vanguard's only got 2 people streaming. What the hell? Where the hell is everybody? Wow, that's weird. Yeah, it shows there's only 291 people watching Eve at the moment. there is 281,000 watching Just Chatting. And 790 are watching RimWorld. There you go. So that's definitely not the one. Star Citizen. There's over 1,000 people watching Star Citizen. Seriously? Yeah, I don't know. All right, I'm going to run to the bathroom. I tried Vanguard. I died. Yeah, I'm not a fan either. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Boobs and a blonde wig. You will have 1,000 viewers. There you go. Yeah, that what's that one? Asian something. She's got a ton of them. She's a friend of Steve's Haven. I'm like, holy cow. All right. Yeah. All right, we're almost done with this belt. This is our 4th, right? And I'm not sure that would actually work, Scimitar. I think I'd be a really ugly woman. A pretty ugly guy. Can't imagine it would get better with a wig and boobs. I kind of do already have boobs, so. Sorry. TMI. TMI. It don't matter. Yeah, you're probably. You know, that's true. Because I have seen some really, really non-attractive ones on Twitch with 1,000 people watching them. Because they're in a bikini. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry.
The asteroid is depleted.
Got all my life to live. Yeah, we're down to the last 4. This Scordite one will not die. There it is. All right, I'm going to take Craig and we're going to check out the next one. Down to 4. 7-4. In honor of the 4th of July. Dust in the wind.
Asteroid is depleted.
Way above my gaming skills. Yeah. I don't know about that. Vanguard, it's a nice first-person shooter. It's not a nice first-person shooter. It's an incomplete first-person shooter. But, yeah, the premise of it, them taking away from Eve to do it is what gets me. There's Blitz.
FBI, open up!
Thanks, Blitz, buddy. Good to see you. Good to see ya. Welcome, Raiders. We were just talking about the fact that that there's not that many people streaming. Not that many people streaming Eve, and Blitz had the lion's share of it. So appreciate you bringing them over here. So Blue Gray, good to see ya. Raid and run, no worries. Give those kiddos a hug for me. I appreciate it. Welcome, Raiders. Now you do. There you go. Now you do. Yeah, now I'm number 1 on the list. Way to go, buddy. Way to go. Made my day.
The asteroid is depleted.
Made my day. And that's the end of that. All right, Fumiko, let me know when you've got everything off, and I'll warp us to Kragan. Thanks, Blitz. You too. Thanks again for the raid. I appreciate it. So, yeah, welcome, Raiders. Feel free to comment in there so we know you're there. And as well, if you want, we are doing our mining event tonight. So if you want to join us in Ufine, you are welcome to join us in Ufine. Kojary, good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Appreciate you being here. Any friend of Blitz's is a friend of mine. So I'm Bondar JR, also known as the Silver Wolf. Most days I just go by Ron. Saviek, good to see ya. Eve is my bread and butter, but I'm a variety streamer. So I do stream some RimWorld. I have a charity stream for RimWorld that happens in November that I'm hoping to get invited to again this year. Charity for Doctors Without Borders, which is a really good charity. And then I also stream sometimes No Man's Sky, sometimes Ark. We have our own Ark server for the stream. Ark Survival Ascended. And so yeah, I kind of stream a bunch of different things. So compression is down in 20 seconds. All right. Let me know when you're clear. Everybody's got their drones in. So I am going to warp. Down and ready. There we go. All right. Hang on. Here we go.
Warp drive active.
All right. Kragan is, of course, smashed up against the asteroid, which is not good. That's what I get for paying attention. All right. Stop. Which means everybody else is going to land inside this asteroid as well. So, but yeah, every Monday night we do a mining event. I mine with my viewers, and we do it in Ufine, which is in Galente space. So you do have to have at least a semi-good standing with Galente so they don't shoot at you. But it is in high sec, so it's a nice laid-back mining fleet. We provide the boost, we provide the compression. You take whatever you mine and do with it whatever you want. Always a good time. We talk about all kinds of things here on the stream, so I'm a ask me anything guy. So feel free to, if you have any strange questions. I do live in the Philippines. I was an American, retired just in April. My wife is from the Philippines, so we moved to the Philippines so she could be home again. She was in America for 18 years. And so we've been living here full time in the Philippines since April. We're in the process of building a house here. We're about to start building our house here. Sometime probably in November, we'll break ground. And yeah. That's kind of me. Not a whole lot more to know about that. I worked 25 years for my company, for a company in the Kansas City region. And didn't even get a pat on the back after 25 years. So moved to the Philippines, retired at 57. And having the time of my life. Even with it being rainy season now, it was definitely the right move. So yeah, so enjoying that. What else? I know how you feel. Yep. Yeah, honestly, I wish I'd retired earlier. I suffered through it for way too long, but
Thank you.
Yup. Appreciate the follow. But yeah, I would have really liked to have retired earlier. So ads are getting ready to start in a minute. So sorry about that. But yeah, I wish I had retired earlier. We probably wouldn't have had the money. So
Thank you.
but we're really well off here. PleaseTurn, thanks for the follow. But yeah, we're doing very well here. Much better than I had even planned. So we are living the dream. So tropical paradise, building our house, living a dream. We do have some frustrations. The Philippines is about 50 years behind America, which is good and bad. It's good from a political perspective, but bad from sometimes a technology perspective. So 55, retired 8 months, not by choice. All right, it's hip and knee. I'm sorry to hear that, but congratulations on your retirement. Yeah, I'm loving mine. But then again, I'm living in a very very cheap area, so that makes it a lot better. I could not have afforded to retire at 57 and stayed in America. That would have been difficult. Medical alone in America would kill me. Better than digging a ditch. Yeah, as you can tell by my playlist, that I'm on the older side. Some disco, some Barry Manilow, Lionel Richie, and a lot of 80s rock. But yeah, we do this mining event every Monday night, American time. Oh, ads are on, sorry. I'm just edging out Nth Dimensional. He's got 47 viewers. I got 51. Woo-hoo, we're number one on the Eve list. And then some foreigner, I don't know what language that is. It's got 30 viewers. After that, it drops considerably. But yeah, less than 20 viewers total. Or less than 20 streamers total. So yeah, Eve's really taking a hit. So, but yeah, I have a feeling Nth will edge me out here in a little bit. He's a lot more interesting. So, I appreciate you guys being here. Rock Mining Retirement Home. There you go. There you go.
Thank you.
Quiet Absolute. Thanks for the follow. Appreciate you. I gotta keep this hole cleared out or it causing me problems. Welcome back from the ad. Sorry about that. I started talking during the ad. So yeah, we do this mining event every Monday night. Everyone is welcome. We don't discriminate in any way. We've even had some gankers join us. Usually not mining. They're just being pain in the butt, but that's all right. We enjoy their company as well. So... yeah, and it looks like I was prophetic. So now my numbers have dropped down below nth dimension. So yeah, I called it. But yeah, I figured we'd lose some to nth. Nth is very interesting. Good teacher. But I do appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate you guys being here. Early night for me. No worries, Hypner. Appreciate it. Thanks again. Just a post-raid dip. Yeah, that's what always happens. We always end up losing a couple after the raid, so it's all good. It's all good. I wouldn't know how to act if I was on the leaderboard, so that would freak me out. That would freak me out. But yeah, it is kind of interesting because it does seem like the Eve viewership has taken a big hit. So not sure where all the Eve viewers went. But there is what did it say? Just over 100 viewing Eve. Let me see what it says now. Uh, 230 viewing Eve. Yeah. Yeah. 230 viewing Eve. Italics, who's one I usually follow, he's Endless Legend 2 just came out in early access, and he's streaming early access Endless Legend 2, and he's got 577 viewers all by himself. So, but he usually runs about 1,000, so not surprising. But yeah, all good, all good. But yeah, appreciate you guys being here. Event early yesterday for you at 1700 Eve time. Most may be sleeping. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. 1SO7P3. It is not a popular game as a CCP hype leads the Eve community to believe. Yep. Yeah, that's true. It sounds like that CCP's given up on it. So yeah, that has kind of taken a hit. Vanguard, they put a lot of time and effort and money into Vanguard, and it is not what it should be. It's a little less than stellar, and so that's also been a big hit too. But yeah, you're correct. Thanks for being here, by the way. Isotope, I think, is what you're supposed to be there. It just dawned on me that's what that was. So pretty cool way to spell that. But yeah, we do this mining event every Monday night. So cool, cool, cool.
The asteroid.
Every once in a while my brain does work. Not that often, but every once in a while. But yeah, it's a pretty cool name. I like that name. But yeah, we do this mining event every Monday night. Monday night American time. Like I said, I'm in the Philippines, so it's actually Tuesday after lunch for me. 12:30 my time. But yeah, I usually do 9:30 Eastern time, PM Eastern time to about 1:30 AM Eastern time. Is normally my normal stream times, Monday or Sunday through Thursday. So I have my moments too. Yeah, every once in a while. Every once in a while. Every once in a while the light bulb goes on, like bing. Like, that's what it is. There's a ground, Monty. There's a ground. Sorry, Eddie Murphy reference from The Golden Child. But yeah, if you have any questions about streaming, about Eve, about living in the Philippines, about being married to stubborn Filipina, I can answer all of those. Speaking of stubborn Filipina, I better check if she texted me back. Nope. Because yeah, heaven forbid I don't answer her in 12 seconds. Now, what the hell are you doing? I'm streaming. Even as a stubborn Filipina, she's still the best thing that ever happened to me. So, hands down. Hands down. And if any of you are interested in a stubborn Filipina, I can try to help make that happen. Filipinas, women here in the Philippines outnumber the men 5-1. So, a lot of unwed women here. Though, the fact that there are so many has led to some scamming, so you got to be careful as well. So, but luckily, I met my wife over 20 years ago, so that was helpful. Wasn't as much scamming back then. So, Bond's a pimp. Yeah. I don't want to. Not that there's anything wrong with being a pimp. I don't want to discriminate against the pimps, but don't want that label. How much does the tourism board pay you? Yeah. Well, it's funny. I don't know if I ever told you guys this one. But yeah, when I came here the first time to meet my now wife, it was a strange situation because her father died when she was very young. And so everyone I talked to in the Filipino community in America could not really answer for me how I should go about asking for her hand in marriage because her father was already dead. Her eldest brother was already dead. And so they were like, okay, if the father's gone, ask the eldest brother. Okay, he's dead too. And they were like, oh, okay, we don't know what you should do. So I asked her mom and her eldest sister. Those two women were kind of running. Yeah, try to be the first in the gutter. There you go. But yeah, I asked the mom and I asked the sister, eldest sister. They were the ones kind of running the family. And the mom, she said, I might have mentioned this one, but she said, I only ask one thing, is if you don't love her anymore, you'll send her back to me. And I said, no problem. The sister was like, yeah, take her now. And so, which was still funny because I still tease her about that. She was like, yeah, get her out of my house. But yeah, it was funny because that's what I tell her every once in a while when she really pisses me off. I'm like, your family, they sold me a bill of goods here. But yeah, the first time we came back after we were married, we came back about every 2 years so she could see her mom when her mom was still alive. And the first time we came back, I told her mom, I said, hey, you told me if I didn't love her anymore, I could bring her back to you. And her mom had a real good sense of humor. She just laughed and laughed and laughed. But I was like, no, I'm being serious. But no, my wife is literally the best thing that's ever happened to me. Hands down. I was married before. I had an American wife, as typical Americans do. And, Filipinas are night and day different. So, not always better, but better overall, in my opinion. Loyal, which means a lot to me. My first wife was in it for what she could get out of it, which is kind of the way a lot of American wives are nowadays. What's in it for me? And so from that perspective, with my current wife, we are more of a team. So, and like I said, we've made a very good life for ourselves as a team, working together. Because, I'm loving it here in the Philippines. Loving it. Living the dream. I get to stream every day.
The asteroid is depleted.
I get to stream, well, almost every day.
The asteroid.
I do take a couple days off on the weekend, but I get to stream every day, which lets me play games. It's a nice warm climate, which I'm not really a warm guy. But, nice warm climate. Right now we're in the rainy season, so it's a little cooler, which has actually worked out better. It's raining like every day now. We actually have a typhoon that's supposed to hit us on Friday, so we'll see how that goes. But here where we are in Batangas, which is south of Manila, it's a province that's very protected from the typhoons. We've got mountains all around us. We don't have a lot of flooding. We don't have a lot of problems. But there's also not a lot of people that live here. And so that's what I asked my wife. I said, hey, you have this place in your country that's protected from the typhoons, but nobody lives there. Why? And she said, because nobody lives there. And I said, you're not understanding me. I mean, this place is protected. People wouldn't get hurt. People wouldn't lose their houses. People wouldn't, if they lived there. She says, yeah, but nobody lives there. And so it's kind of the Philippine mentality that somebody's got to be there first. So, the population here in Batangas is very low compared to Manila, compared to the other places, Cebu. And I was like, okay, well, that's going to work out great for me. I love it here. I am literally, from our perspective, I seem to be the only American within a probably a 300-mile radius. So you're the founder. Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah. Yeah, my brother-in-law is actually from here, and so he was the one that actually suggested it, and we bought the land from his family. And so, and a diplomat. There you go. But it's been really interesting because that's one thing I'm not missing is is foreigners. Not that I have anything against Americans or people from my country, but most of the ones that come over here, I don't say most, some of the ones that come over here don't come over here with the right intentions. And for that reason, I do not see eye to eye with them. So, but yeah, and invites all the chat to come visit. Yup. Ron the American Bond. That's exactly what it comes down to. Is the delivery people will come to the gate and they'll be like, and they'll give the name. He goes, "Oh, you mean the American?" Okay. Yeah, he lives right at the end of the street. Because I am the only one around. But yeah, that gets me a lot of stares. The kids especially. The kids are like, "Whoa, is that a ghost?" Like, no. When you see the tour bus pass by, yeah, exactly. But yeah, the kids crack me up the most because the kids are so honest. They're just like, "Oh, what do we talk to him? What do we do?" But yeah, the white man. Yeah, the white man. The white man. Yeah, so it's kind of weird when I go to Manila because I actually see other white men and I feel kind of slighted. Like, hey, he even has white hair. Yeah, I'm white all over. Yeah. I'm white all over. I was kind of hoping being here I would get a tan, but the streaming really doesn't constitute to the tan. It's not helping me out. The white wolf, yeah. That's what it originally was the white wolf. But I got accused of being racist once by someone of African American descent, and so that's why I was changed to the silver wolf. So yeah, Santa, yeah, if only I could grow a beard. So yeah, I need an outdoor computer. That would be a good one. Unfortunately, trying to run Eve and stream on a laptop doesn't work out too well. But yeah, that would be able to sit out on the beach. And that would be a dream come true. But yeah, it's been kind of interesting because all the other times we were here, we were in Manila, and there's definitely a lot more foreigners there. So until you shared it, I had never heard of white wolf with any racial connotation at all. And I live in a majority metro. Yep, for what it's worth. Yeah, I was shocked because the guy worked with me and he knew me really well. I have half black brothers and sisters. You know, my family's a blended family, and I was shocked when he even suggested it. But he was kind of one of those outliers. But the fact that he suggested it meant that somebody might be thinking that. So that's one of the reasons it was changed to Silver Wolf. Because I didn't want anyone to... Because that's what I said to him. I said, why do you call a white wolf white? It's because of his hair. Because of his fur. Not because his skin's white. You can't see his skin. His skin's pink. And technically my skin's pink. But yeah, white buffalo will be next on the list. Exactly. And so yeah, but that's kind of the way our society works nowadays. So you don't want to offend anyone. So well, he was, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I was shocked because it didn't dawn on me what he was even referring to at first. I was like, what? But yeah. Yeah, it was my Peruvian. I have my best man in my wedding was Peruvian, and he was my best friend in Kansas City, and still my best friend, though I don't talk to him much anymore. And but yeah, he was the one who gave me Lobo Blanco and White Wolf, and yeah, that's where that came from. But yeah, and he was standing there with me when the guy accused me of being a racist, and I was like. I looked at him, and he looked at me, and that's what he said. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand. And my Apache relatives will have something to talk about. There you go. There you go. Exactly. But yeah, nowadays too easy to offend somebody. So yeah, that's where the silver wolf came from. So it was didn't want to offend anybody, especially from a stream perspective, because I wouldn't have a chance to defend myself. So yeah, it was one of those where it was like, okay, let's make a name that's not going to offend anyone. So at least from a racial perspective, right off the bat. So Tatanka, the great buffalo. Yeah, I'm losing weight. I'm losing weight. I don't know if I can go by buffalo, or I hope not. But yeah, probably compared to all the Filipinos, it's funny because my wife is always like, "Hey, are you okay?" Every place we go, and she can't see. She's 5'3", 5'2", 5'2", and she can't ever see. But she's used to it. Where here, I'm a foot taller than everybody else. You know, there are very few Filipinos that are my height, and so I can always see. And so she's like, "Yeah, are you able to see?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm able to see." And she's like, "Well, I can't see." And I'm like, "Okay, well, you switch with me. That way you can see, because I can definitely see over you." But yeah, it's been a common thing. Where in America, I was considered. I'm 5'11", so I wasn't considered above average height. I'm definitely average, but yeah, here I'm close to a foot taller than everybody else. So if it wasn't the white skin that stood me out, it's that I'm bigger and that I'm taller. So yeah, the kids, like I said, the kids especially are kind of sometimes can be brutal. It's Bigfoot. I had one years and years ago. I might have told you guys this, but when I think the very first time I came to the Philippines, I was standing in the mall, and I had to stand away from my girlfriend at the time, my wife, who it is my wife now, and because if I stand next to her, the price goes up, and so she said, "Hey, I'm gonna do some shopping, so you stay here." Lilium, what's up? Good to see ya. Let me get you a shout out. But she said, "Yeah, stand away from me, because if you stand near me, I'm gonna they're gonna charge me more." Wait until silver would become a little racist too. Yeah, there you go. PleaseTurn. You're absolutely right. But yeah, and so she said, "Stand over here." So I actually stood at the entrance to the mall and just kind of hung out. And this woman, this Filipino woman, came in with her, might have been 10-year-old son. And he took one look at me and locked his legs up. And she had to drag him into the mall. Because she was like, "Hey, don't make a scene. You're embarrassing me, you know, blah, blah, blah." And I was just like, "Yeah, what?" And he said, "Mom, look, it's Larry Bird." And of course, I started laughing. Because I was like, I can't believe this 10-year-old knows who Larry Bird is. You know, number one. I mean, Larry Bird's old as dust, right? And it's like, "No, look, look, Mom, it's Larry Bird." But that's kind of the way the Filipinos look at me, is like, "Oh," and I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm way shorter than Larry Bird. But thanks for the compliment." Like, "Yeah, no, that's I don't qualify for that one." But yeah, "Look, Mom, Larry Bird." I was, like I said, I was shocked the kid knew who Larry Bird was, so. All right, I'm stuck on the asteroid again.
The asteroid is depleted. The asteroid is depleted.
All right. So we'll see if we get loose from this asteroid and be able to get closer here. But WWE shirt, there you go. There you go. I am good to go. Got to bed. No worries, Lilium. Appreciate you stopping on. Appreciate it. But yeah, WWE shirt. Yeah, I could get. Maybe I could pass. If I can't grow a beard. If I could get a beard, I might be able to pass as Hulk Hogan, right? Larry the Macho Man, right? I don't know. But yeah. But yeah, it's funny because I'm just like, oh, I don't need to move. Here I'm moving. I was thinking it was Kragan. Kragan's the one that has the shorter range. Getting my miners confused. But yeah. But yeah, Larry Bird. I couldn't believe the kid knew who Larry Bird was. I was like, man. Hats off to you, kid. But yeah, that's kind of the way things are here. They're way behind. Larry Bird was famous many, many moons ago. The Hulk, here you go. The people there that are short, low, but it's funny. A kid knows who that is. Right, exactly, exactly. And the Filipinos love basketball. They're shortest people in the world, but they love basketball. And I was just, that's one thing that's always kind of floored me is like, you would think with it being so short, they wouldn't. But of course, they play against each other, so there's really no advantage. You know, you have some taller Filipinos here, but for the most part, they're all, you know, in the 5'2" to 5'6" range. And Tony Bourne and Dutch Savage live by me. There you go. There you go. Yeah, Blue Gray. It's a good intro. Good intro. I love this song. One of my favorites. But yeah, it's kind of funny because I couldn't believe he knew who Larry Bird was. And I was like, I started laughing. My wife, because even when I told her, she's like, who's Larry Bird? And her dad was a big basketball guy. I said, your dad was a big basketball guy? You don't know who Larry Bird is? She's like, nope. I said, all right. I'm made up. Is Larry Bird that Looney Tunes basketball movie Space Jam? Yeah, he might have. He might have. I think Michael Jordan was in that one too. But yeah, you might be right. I think Larry Bird was in that one. I think Larry Bird was in that one. But yeah, I was like, man, Larry Bird, really? But yeah, I guess that's what I look like to the Filipino kids. So, but yeah, that made my day. Made my day. My wife still laughs about that because she's like, Larry Bird? I don't get it. Wish I had Larry Bird's money. That's what I wish. Let's see. The net is 10 feet, and the average NBA player height is probably 6'5", so they could have their own height of 5 feet. Start their own league. Yeah. And honestly, I think they do have their net set lower. I think they do have their net set lower, to be honest. Because I'm not a big basketball guy. I never played basketball. I'm not coordinated enough. But I have looked at their courts a couple times, and I'm pretty sure the net is lower. No worries, Lillian. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Caviar, good to see you, by the way. I was bad-mouthing you earlier, so sorry about that. And in the end, 8 feet would still be a challenge when you're... Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Weirdly, though, they have an Olympic Filipino basketball team, and they usually do okay. You know, Spud Webb was only like 5'6", 5'10", 5... He was 5 something. Remember how. But he was able to dunk, so... I guess if you just, you know, work the muscles in a different way. Too far away. How close do I need to be? 50. I'm not moving. Why am I not moving? Oh, for Christ's sake. What am I caught on? There's nothing here. How am I caught? Freaking ridiculous. Leap. Shorter you are, the more you have to work the legs to get that vertical leap. Yep, yep. Yeah, like Spud Webb. I mean, he was able to dunk, so he managed it. So yeah, something to be said for that. So I can target at 50, but I can't send my drone until I'm at 45. Freaking pieces of shit. And of course I'm caught on this asteroid, so it won't let me move. Well, I wasn't an asteroid. There's nothing here. Let me drift her in. Drift her in. A line away from it, get some distance. Yeah. All these years of gameplay you talk about, you should already be doing it. I know, I know. I just get pissy because there's nothing there. It's easier to complain about it. Easier to complain about it than to do something about it, right?
The asteroid is depleted.
Easier to complain about it. Drone targeting rig should fix that. Yeah. I don't have any more room on the ship, so. But yeah, Caviar, you're right. I should know better. I've mined ABC ore and no in a barge and always made sure I'm aligned to station. Don't hug the rock. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we're in high sec here. We got nothing to worry about here, so. I say that. We'll probably get extreme sniped now. Funny, but still rock and roll to me. Bro, why would you say that? Famous last words in Eve on a Twitch stream. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Give some interest. Give a little bit of interest here the last 20 minutes, you know? Ooh. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm aligning out. I'll definitely be the one that takes it down anyway. That's always been the plan. I can't have you guys dying on my watch. This is too far for them to come. They don't want to bother us all the way out here. Too far for them to limp back. What do they call that? The walk of shame. They have to do the walk of shame all the way back to Civila. Still rock and roll to me. Every single time I choose the wrong one. Every single time.
So,
Every single
I
time.
bought some Lipton hard iced tea. I can say with the utmost confidence that the lemon-flavored one isn't much to be desired.
I love the Patrick Stewart one. Actually sounds like Patrick Stewart. Many of the other ones really don't sound like him, but the Patrick Stewart one does sound like him. It's like perfect. Still rock and roll to me. Bright move, yeah. Yeah, you know. Got to live vicariously every once in a while, right? That's why we were doing that wormhole mining last week, right? Come on. Gotta tempt fate. Tea, Earl Grey, hot. Yeah. Urgent. Man, this one's got such a great saxophone solo. I've told you guys about this before. This is one I always tried to play. Wasn't able to pull off the high note. Not with the volume needed. Take a little bit more practice. I don't have my sax anymore. That was one of the things that didn't make the cut for the Philippines. Especially with the humidity here. And we're afraid it would get damaged. It was a high-end saxophone. About $4,000. So I didn't get that out of it, but yeah, I didn't want to throw away $4,000 by bringing it here. Having the humidity ruin it. Maybe you're thinking of some other guy. So urgent.
The asteroid is depleted.
How urgent our love can be. We're
ITTS Patrick Stewart. Probably so very close to the actually Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
As there is a lot of material with him, to train the AI on.
Yep, that's true. That's true. He's done a lot of work, which is surprising. He said I've seen several interviews with him where he talks about the Star Trek days, the early Star Trek days, and he's like, yeah, I didn't think this was going to work at all. Oop, wrong one. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to call it after we finish this belt. Because this is, we're going to clear this one. I pretty much guarantee it. I think this will be our fifth, right? Fourth or fifth? 7, 6, 5, 4. This is 4 plus 1. That's 5. Didn't break the record, but we came really close. Bum bum ba da ba ba da bum 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 ba bum ba 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 bum bum ba bum ba bum ba 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 bum 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 ba 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 da ba da bum. That's the one I can't hit. The ending I could do with that one right before it, 2 notes right before it. All right. So yeah, we're going to call it after this belt. Appreciate you guys. And then I might have to kill another 20 minutes with something else. But yeah. No sense in us starting another belt. No sense in us starting another belt. Oh, somebody's got it. Never mind. Never mind. Oh, foreigner, cold as ice. No, always good, Berker. Appreciate you being here. You're always welcome. Always welcome. And I'm glad the war deck didn't cause any problems. Always worrisome to be out flying around somewhere and not sure who's out looking for their first kill.
Can you believe it? I, Patrick Stewart, at the age of 85, is once again becoming Professor Charles Francis Xavier again for the movie. That will be bringing the mutants into the MCU in Avengers Doomsday.
I didn't realize that, Caviar. Thanks for that. Kat, good to see ya. Thanks for being here. We got about 20 minutes left, and we're going to raid out to somebody. We'll figure out who we're going to raid out to. See who's out there. Not a whole lot of Eve streamers out there, unfortunately. So, Eve has not become, we were talking about that earlier, Eve's become fairly unpopular lately. Fairly unpopular lately. With CCP's take on how they should sell it. So, yeah, it's a small org, but not worth the risk. And glad no one came by. Yeah, no worries. Blue Gray. Like the Plex. Ghosties did a 48-hour stream, so he's off. Okay. Yeah, I haven't checked to see who's still on. We're in the fall slump as well. Yeah, that's true too. Right after the CCP Iceland thing. Yeah, that always falls off a little bit. A Narcos is still on. So a Narcos is part of Team Mothership, so I'm probably gonna have to give my guys to him. So yeah, we'll probably do him. So talking former Stream Eve online, yeah. Oh, so Ghosty wasn't doing Eve, he was just talking, okay. So Fumiko, I'll hang out until you're gone, because I don't want anybody to jump you. I die less in a slump. There you go. There you go. Yeah, so we do have that event coming up around Halloween when the gankers come out and start really tearing people up because they carried all the expensive stuff in their freighters. So yeah, I remember them talking about that. Man, this thing is still running. It's got to be the biggest asteroid out here. And I'm the only... Oh, no, I was going to say I'm the only one targeting it. But no, Burger's still on it. Good job, Burger. October. Blood Harvest. That's it. Yep, right around Halloween, right? Yeah. But probably all of October, right? 90% drops. There you go. That's what it is. What is the plan for the mining stream? For when? Pythium C-type multispectral shield hunter just dropped. First on a long time. All right. Way to go, Saviek. Glad it's out there. Yeah, they haven't been doing a whole lot of drops, so which is probably the other reason we don't have a whole lot of viewers. So usually with the drops, you get a lot more viewers so people can pick up the free stuff. So congratulations, Saviek. Rest of you, it's out there. Oh, no, we'll soldier through. We did it last year as well. So, yeah, we'll soldier through. We probably will get a few more gankers on those days, but yeah, we'll soldier through. We'll probably be paying one of our PvP brothers to to fly guard duty for us. So either Bigglesworth or Anarchos or somebody. We'll probably be having one of them help us out there. But yes, we will still be doing it. You know me. Nobody dies like Ron dies, right? Got to give the gankers their chance. So I theorize mining will be better focused on the rig and ship production as the market will flood with modules from the extra drops. Yep. Yeah, I see that happening too. So yeah. Yep. But yeah, we're going to call it since this belt just finished. Like I said, Fumiko, you go ahead and shut down. And I'll hang out here until you're all done. That way we can make sure you get home safe. Like I said, if you want to come to the Egonics, station, I'll give you some heavy water. Make up for what you used. So, Blue Gray, have a good night. Yeah, I agree, Blue Gray. You're absolutely right. I built a lot of modules, and it's not going to be good months for that. So, thanks again, Blue Gray. Appreciate you. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll be back with Eve tomorrow. Everybody else might have given up on Eve, but I'm still here. So, come here, babies. Abigail and I will keep doing Eve. Right, Abigail? Right. Say hi. Hi. No, thank you. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for being here. Like I said, I still got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So I'm probably going to try and do some dailies with my secondaries once we get buttoned up here. All right, Fumiko's gone. Scimitar, you good? I don't want to leave you guys out here. Yep. Uncle Al says hi. Say hi, Uncle Al. You see, Daddy's got my picture on his shirt. Daddy's got my picture on his shirt, but it doesn't really look like me. Mwah. Good golly, you got stinky breath. Daddy's got my picture on his shirt. Yep. Blue Gray. Now, yeah, so we'll keep mining through the event, but we're not going to keep mining now. We're done for the night, so I'm just waiting for everybody else to get out of the belt so that I don't leave anybody behind. I don't want to leave anybody behind.
Warp drive active.
Usually try to be the first one in and the last one out, so say hi, everybody. You're such a sweetheart. You're such a sweetheart. She's like, yeah, Dad, I'm miserable. I'm miserable. I'm miserable. She's probably wanting some lunch. She actually had a big breakfast, so I don't think she's getting lunch. I need her to lose some weight as well, so. Bump. Hotel California. Actually, I got to finish Kragen off. I should have
Permission requested. Docking request.
did him earlier. Yeah, Fumiko, if you're here, let me check and see. Yeah, it looks like you are. Yeah, let me give you some some water. Come on. There, this will cover it for if we ever have any other events. That way you're covered. Appreciate you. Thanks for doing the boost. I was thinking to myself, this could be heaven or this could be hell. Oh, come on. So yeah, Famiko, thanks again for the boost. Appreciate it. Thanks to everybody for the fleet. As always, had a great time. We always have a good time. We always have a good time. I was looking around for my other ones, but yeah, I don't have them here. That's in Ventolin. I was trying to sort everything. But yeah, special thanks for that. We'll hang out here for another. I always try to make it a nice even 4 hours. I do a 10-minute at the beginning to let the ads go. So I'll work on my alts. Actually, I'm going to trade with Craig in here and get all his ore. Actually, see what else he's got here. What else can we give him? There, give him that. Give him that. Give him that. Yeah, we got some hammerheads. That should work. We are all just prisoners here of our own device. Gathered for the feast. So yeah, no, appreciate you guys. Thanks again. Like I said, we're probably, let me check with the Narcos, make sure he's going to be here for a bit. Actually, it shows he's only been doing 55 minutes. So yeah, he's probably good. So we're going to raid him. So we'll see what he says. But no, Scimitar, appreciate you. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. So yeah, there's probably no reason for me to have to hang out for the next 10 minutes. It doesn't make any difference whether it's 4 hours or whether it's 3:55, to be honest. So let's go ahead and raid a Narcos. Thanks for watching. He's actually getting ready to do a drawing, so let's go ahead and get in there so we can get in that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Be back on tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. We'll be doing some more Eve. Think I'm going to do Eve all week this week. And we'll go from there. Oh, nope. Thank you, Al. Appreciate it. Scimitar, appreciate it. Blue Gray, appreciate it. Jerry Can, I know you're out there. Appreciate you. But thanks again, all of you. And I will see you tomorrow. Thanks again.